Hello everyone, welcome to a new series, Battletech, by Harebrained Schemes. Now, if you are unfamiliar with Battletech, it has its origins in the early to mid-80s. Both tabletop, role-playing, I don't know what came around first, that kind of thing. I believe it was initially released by the company FASA, which through some very complicated stuff does and doesn't exist anymore. That's the only way to put it. It's a very strange situation that I really have no comprehension of, just stuff that my husband tells me about. He's familiar with it. Now, Battletech, I did get into it. There was a novel that I bought in the 80s and read, and I really enjoyed it, and I kind of got hooked on this thing. So when Harebrained Schemes started Kickstarter for it, husband and I were all over it. We went for one of the higher tiers and we got extras, like getting a banner of one of the houses. I think it was like clans or groups and that kind of stuff, and it's just wonderful. What else? We are going to be starting a new campaign. Now, fair warning, I have played this game well over 300 hours. I have completed the campaign. I have started a second campaign. You notice it's not here. It's because I went through and deleted all the files, so hopefully that speeds up loading and things like that. Yeah, and I was just playing for fun, and I really didn't care about the campaign per se. And the second time through, I was just playing it on harder settings. But that is what we are going to be doing now, is setting things up. Now we want a standard campaign. Custom. Adjust game and difficulty settings to customize your playing experience. That's what we do. So we're going to do a custom. Now, Iron Man mode, never, ever click that if you're doing Let's Plays, or streaming or what have you. It's just a problem. Unequipped mechs. When this setting is enabled, new mechs you acquire through salvage will not come with equipped weapons or components, and will need to be customized from scratch. We're doing that. That makes it harder. Parts for mechs assembly. Now when you destroy a mech on the battlefield and you win, you have an opportunity through salvage to get a portion of it. 3 pieces of a specific mech design, and you can put it together and you have a new mech. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's an 8. Now, my second playthrough, I was playing on 5. It is very hard, that much harder, and I found it very enjoyable. But for terms of a Let's Play, I feel that 5 would make it too long, too boring, too farmy. Although to me it didn't feel like farming per se, but yeah. 4, I really like the idea for a Let's Play. Because 3, it is possible to get 3 pieces of a mech in a single fight, and therefore you can get a brand new mech out of one fight. It is possible, although quite difficult. 4 greatly reduces the chance. You would need 2 of the same mech and destroy them in such a way that you'll end up with 4 pieces of salvage to have an opportunity to get it. I like that one. So, enemy force strength. Normal. This setting modifies the overall strength of an enemy forces. At higher difficulties, you will encounter heavier mechs. Or they may have more armor or something like that. Easy, normal. It's going on hard. Mech destruction. I'm not going to do this one. This is where if a mech is disabled by the destruction of its center torso, to be lost permanently. Not going to do that one. This one, I think it just caused a little bit more frustration, and honestly, it didn't happen to me that often, so I don't feel I'm just going to bother with that. Salvage. Normal. Options are generous, normal, stingy. I'm going to leave it on normal. Lethality. The settings enable mech warriors that are incapacitated in combat will always be killed. No, I believe there should always be a chance to survive. No rare salvage. No mech warrior progression. Normal. Contract payment. Normal. Generous or stingy. And advanced mech warriors. In the later parts of the game, new mech warriors in the hiring hall will often have better stats and skills than in the earlier parts of the game. Modify this setting to change the frequency of new warriors having these improvements. No, I'm just going to leave it like this. I think that's fine. Now, this will be a challenge. Now, what's interesting is these settings can only be modified at the start of the game. These ones can be changed anytime. Just want to make that there. Noted.
I am Kamea of House Urano, High Lady of the Oregon Reach, Protector of Coromadir, and the Sword of Restoration. But I am not a hero, no matter what the stories say. A hero would have sacrificed more, compromised less. A hero would have done better. You know this, of course. You were there. My father used to tell me stories about the ancient times, about the Star League, a golden age of prosperity, upheld by the great mech warriors of old, guardians of the innocent, protectors of the peace. I always dreamed of following in their footsteps. I was too young to see the truth of things. After all, it wasn't heroism or a noble cause that won me the throne. It was hiring a mercenary, skilled enough, perhaps ruthless enough, to carry the day. Hiring you. I still don't know if you fought for honor or for the thrill of it, for belief in my cause, or just in my money. But whether it was your noble heart or mercenary mind, your actions gave us hope. That makes you a hero in the eyes of history. Whether you believe it, that's up to you.
Okay, this is the character creation, which isn't that bad, actually. Something that I'll mention about that opening sequence. Obviously, that sets in the future, and we're kind of playing the past. Hi, Sushi. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Yeah! Come here. Now, Battletech has never been known for, and excuse the pun here, stellar writing for as long as it's been going in terms of its story. It's pretty cheesy and silly at times. It's weak, that sort of thing. Now, the story here, it has its moments for being very good. It has its moments for being frustrating. It has its moments for being weak. When I played through the whole thing, and remembering the opening cutscene there, and a couple of choice dialogue sentences during the campaign, I came to realize that, or I came to look at this story, this campaign, as a fairy tale. We are playing a fairy tale story, and if you take a look at some of the dialogue found in fairy tales all through history, some of them, quite a few of them, they tell their story, but sometimes it's really not that good. But it's still a story that's told over and over again to children. Like Lady Urano, when she was a child, her father was doing... You see where I was drawing that? Yeah. So. Alright. Now, the Oregon Reach is a small kingdom in the Rimward Periphery, a region of space that lies at the outskirts of the most densely colonized inner sphere. That's where you find the big houses. And the inner sphere is the region of space within about 500 light years of Terra, Earth. This area is divided between 5 successor states to the former Star League. This region is the heart of human civilization and culture. Beyond the inner sphere is the periphery. I love how they did this. They're adding lore bits here. I'm not going to go on every single one, because there's just so many all through it. It's home to the Arganian Coalition, a federation of organized around a parliamentary monarch and ruled by the Arano family. For 3 generations, under the rule of House Arano, the Arganian Coalition has remained a relatively peaceful corner of the periphery. It is here your story begins. Now, these are some of, here, this is the inner sphere, inner sphere, inner sphere, inner sphere, and inner sphere. These are the ones that I know of, so I'm not going to read these, but you can pause the video and read them. I hope if the text isn't too small. So I'll just give you some time for that. Okay, moving on. Free World League. And the Federated Suns, Davian. The Laren Commonwealth, Steiner. As a side note, the Illyrian Commonwealth, that's the banner that we picked from the Brainwork, from the Kickstarter. Capellan Confederation, Leo. The Magistry of Canopus. The Taurian Concordate. Rimward Periphery. Deep Periphery. Now, mech warriors that hail from the Deep Periphery are rare, but even rarer is the mech warrior who will admit to such an origin. Beyond the outermost edges of the periphery lie the depths of space that remain uncharted and unknown to most of human civilization. Little is known about these regions, but they are far from uninhabited. The Deep Periphery is littered with abandoned colonies and small outposts, isolated from the rest of humanity. After the fall of the Star League, General Kester Krensa led the remnants of the Star League Defense Force into the Deep Periphery, which, in terms of timeline of Battletech, this is like early on, what's known as the Clan Wars, which is a result of this here, disappearing from the Inner Sphere and from recorded history. They turned into the clans and they invaded. Came back. That kind of thing. Now, I thought I would take this one, Deep Periphery. Why not? Now, it doesn't mean anything yet. But though immigrants, they are going to you are of noble birth. Though immigrants to the Oregon Reach, your family soon established a comfortable presence in a small backwater system on the edge of Oregonian space. By the time you were born, your family had become the de facto ruling nobility of the system's only inhabited planet. You were the oldest child, heir to the family's titles and ancestral battlemech, an old Blackjack BJ-1. Let's see what this is. The Blackjack BJ-1 is equipped for both long-range and close-range engagements. A pair of AC-2s, that stands for autocannon, is backed up by 4 medium lasers, lending the mech's powerful alpha strike, while jump jets enable the Blackjack to move to high ground at a moment's notice. This is where you met Raju Mestif Montgomery, a veteran of the Succession Wars. The Succession Wars were a series of wide-ranging conflicts between the successor states of the Inner Sphere that lasted from 2786 to the current year of 3025. During these wars, the Great Houses mobilized vast numbers of Battletechs to destroy each other and claim territory, with the ultimate goal of ruling the Inner Sphere. A notable consequence of these conflicts was the significant loss of advanced technology from the prior Star League era. Raja was a strict but capable teacher, and you quickly became a skilled pilot under his tutelage. It was an uneventful life until the day after your 16th birthday, when, this seems to be a common trend in Battletech, at a very young age, usually teens, something would happen. You were exiled. I don't like that. Over here, you can see like what kind of bonuses that you would get if you were to pick this in terms of skills. There are 4 skills: gunnery, tactics, piloting, and guts. There we go. So we'll go over those into the game a little bit here. You struck out on your own. Your family went bankrupt. Your family died in an accident. Your family was betrayed. I'm going to go with the classic thing of your family was betrayed. That will give us gunnery. Gunnery determines the chance to hit with ranged weapons. Guts improves the maximum health of a mech warrior. You basically start off with 3, and you can get up to, I think, 6. And it offers other bonuses as you improve. Guts. Family was betrayed. Out on your own, you fell into the life of a Oregon Coalition soldier, frontier pirates, Stellaris gladiator, Innosphere mercenary, frontier freelancer, merchant guard. I honestly like merchant guard. It just, you signed on as a guard for a small trading guild, providing security as the guild's caravan made trading runs between the inner sphere and the periphery. It was largely an uneventful life, but you were able to put your mechwarrior skills to good use in the occasional scuffle with pirates and uncooperative local governments. So we get a little bit of a bonus to our piloting, which means you can move better, harder to knock over. That's about it. While escorting a supply caravan to a small outpost on the outskirts of the Agarian Reach, you were set upon by pirates and left for dead. Russia happened to be visiting the capital city and picked up your distress call. Upon recruiting you, excuse me, he offered you a job in the House Arano Royal Guard. So it is that you find yourself reunited with your old mentor, preparing your ancestral blackjack for guard duty on the coronation day of Lady Camilla Arano. And now we get to pick our picture. Now, this is where some controversy came up that really doesn't have an impact per se in the story, honestly. It's just something for the player, and that's it. So you got she, you got they, and you got he. Basically picking pronouns. That's really it. And that's all this is. And since I have red hair, we're going to go with this picture. How much can you customize in this? Wow, you can actually customize quite a bit. But we're going to leave it simple and just go hit cancel, and that's it. Now, MechWarrior call sign. Kitty Claus. First name actually we can do this. How about Bayo? Meaning leopard. Remember, that's not how it's actually pronounced. Long, meaning dragon. There. That's how it came up with Bayo Long. Now, So this is everything. Our gunnery will be a 3, piloting 3, tactics 2, and guts 3. Using pronoun she. Is decades ago, your family came to the Argonian Reach from deep periphery. The day after your 16th birthday, your family was betrayed and murdered. Out on your own, you fell into the life of a merchant guard. Now, I'm going to end the video here. This character creation, introduction, that sort of thing. And we will get into the game. Well, it's actually going to be the tutorial, but I'm going to do the whole thing, and that will be the second video that should go live soon after this one, actually. That's the plan. So we will actually get a little bit of gameplay in, even though it is the tutorial. And the reason why I'm including it is wonderful design for the tutorial that they actually incorporated story elements to it. Seriously, I love that. That's just freaking amazing. So, I do hope you enjoyed this video. And if you are new to the channel, you can do that whole subscribing thing and bell notification. And should you so wish, you can check out a couple links in the description down below. And don't forget to check out the next video. That's where we're going to get a little bit of action happening. Okay? Until next we meet, please do be safe, everyone. Bye!